Hi everyone, and welcome to Adventures in Remote Teaching, Video 8. Happy Friday, or Fri-Yay, as a friend taught me to say. You'll notice very quickly that this video will be a little bit deficient. I'm filming on Friday morning. Emerson, my youngest daughter, is doing online school, and school has to come first over video production. She'll be back next week, and with that the promise of the creativity and flair she brings to these. So today I have a couple tips for remote teaching and for self-care, as well as a puzzle, namely, how is remote teaching like a honk-for-hugs parade? And it's also the case that it's Shout-Out Friday. So here are the shout-outs for this week. Nisa Raker, Emily Nemeth, David White, Julie Mujic, Hanada Almasri, Erica Jefferson, Callie Thayer, Laura Russell, Karen Palseers, Cody Brooks, Sheila Restack, Andy McCall, Xiaoyun Yang, and happy birthday to Elliot, who is 6 months old today. I hope his parents and big brother Sam are staying safe and well. So here's 2 tips for remote teaching. Just a reminder, there are 2 weeks left in the semester. So again, just profound gratitude for everything that you're doing in the throes of this seismic shift we have made to make a Denison education matter in a remote context. My 2 tips are these. The first, embrace Marie Kondo. You may know Marie Kondo as the best-selling author and proponent of a kind of organizational simplicity. For her, it's about letting go of everything except that which is essential, and in that essential, you find joy. I'm gonna crib that a little bit and say this. Over the last 2 weeks of the semester, our students will feel anxious. They want the semester to end well, and they need help. Please consider doing everything you can to provide the organizational template and coherence so students know what is due when, how it should be submitted, and what the backup plan is should something go wrong with the submission process. The importance of organization and the coherence and clarity that come with that just cannot be overstated in these remaining 2 weeks. The second tip, continue to stay present. I'm mindful of all the energy that this asks of you, and I can't impress enough. Your connection with your students matters so much. Think about specifically how you might do kinds of one-to-many engagements. Make really short videos, send emails to your entire class, find ways to stay present and engaged so that you can maximize visibility and students know you're with them for the remainder of the semester. Here are 2 tips for self-care. For one, I'm indebted to Callie Thayer. It goes like this: put the bar on the floor. Talking with Callie this week, I learned so much. One of the things she shared is that all of us are ambitious professionals. We're trying to do our best work in this very uncertain moment, and we might in fact benefit if we take that proverbial bar that we're all trying to get to and over and put it on the floor. Right now, in this moment, that may be the best thing we could do, reframing what excellence looks like in this moment. Put the bar on the floor. The second tip is this: embrace the idea of radical acceptance. This has been circulating in a lot of things that you've probably been reading online. It's important to underscore that for everyone, this is a thoroughly disruptive moment. Some of us perhaps have been able to kind of put our head down and continue to work in the ways that we did before. And if you haven't been able to do that, that's okay. I want to invite you to embrace radical acceptance. So here's that puzzle. Earlier this week, my church organized a honk-for-hugs parade. My family and I got in the car, we met a caravan, we drove around to the 2 assisted living facilities here in Granville, Kendall, and Middleton, respectively, and we honked our horns and waved to the residents who waved back. I think this parade was like remote teaching in 2 ways. The first was I was deeply reminded of the loss. In other words, the fact that we were separated from the residents by such distance, many of them forced to stay inside, and just the pain that came with that. So I'm imagining that for many of you, all of you, there's just so much pain wrapped up in this transition in which we've been mired. But there's a silver lining, and I think it came through in this way in the parade. It's to say plainly that the energy that we were able to marshal, the love that flowed as we honked our horns and waved and shouted and whistled and made signs and did everything we could to try to say to the residents living there, we care about you and you matter to us. So I just want to impress that the teaching that you're doing, the working that you're doing, wherever that is on campus, matters. Finally, I'd like to end with a wish. The wish that I have for you is that you may remember. And the poet Mary Oliver helps me say it. I'm going to use her poem, Wild Geese. This is what she says. Wild geese. You do not have to be good. You do not have to walk on your knees for 100 miles through the desert repenting. You only have to let the soft animal of your body love what it loves. Tell me about despair, yours, and I will tell you mine. Meanwhile, the world goes on. Meanwhile, the sun and the clear pebbles of the rain are moving across the landscapes, over the prairies and the deep trees, the mountains and the rivers. Meanwhile, the wild geese, high in the clean blue air, are heading home again. Whoever you are, no matter how lonely, the world offers itself to your imagination, calls to you like the wild geese, harsh and exciting, over and over, announcing your place in the family of things. I hope that you'll continue to remember that you belong and that we're all connected by this good work that we're doing. Stay safe and be well, and I'll see you next week.